I think it's fairly obvious why we're here today. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody as to why you were in front of this committee. 12 of these 24 co-ops have failed. I think it's cost taxpayers so far about $2.4 billion, including in my state, where we've had a co-op fail. Based on the track record, we're here today to try and find out what the future holds for the remaining co-ops and what the future holds for the people who are counting on those co-ops to provide them with health insurance. Consumers have lost $1.2 billion in the failed co-ops, and I don't think it's fair to anyone that we just sit around and not have hearings like this. Perhaps just as discouragingly, there's a subtext here today. In addition to dealing with the merits of why the previous co-ops have failed and the condition of the current co-ops, is our inability to get information out of your organizations. It's our job to do oversight into the co-ops. It's our job to ask difficult questions. It's our job to ask you to come here today and provide us with information. It's also our job to ask you for documents that might help us in our oversight function. And we're going to have some hopefully straightforward conversations today about why those documents have not been provided to Congress. I reject the notion the administration is able to hide information from us, especially since Congress created these things. Congress is involved in the oversight, and for the executive branch to deny Congress of its ability to do its job, I think, is something that merits a very close look. It makes it look like the administration is simply trying to prevent us from doing our job. Again, we'll get into our inability to get documents as we go through there. It's even stranger that CMS is worried about the public having information about these when we know ones have already failed, and there is concern, public concern, about other ones failing. You would think that the public, Dr. Desjardins, myself, I'm on the exchanges. My staff is on the exchanges. Don't we have the right to know when we go on the exchanges what the financial condition is of the co-ops that we might choose to sign up with? You all have a tough job here today. I fully recognize that. I'm sorry that you're the ones that have to do this, but you're the ones that the administration sent over. But you've got two jobs. You have to convince the public that they shouldn't know everything about the co-ops that they might want to sign up with, and you have to convince us that you're not obstructing our ability to oversee the programs. So I don't envy those positions, but we'll try and make it as congenial as we possibly can. So with that, I'll recognize Dr. Cohen from CMS for 5 minutes for her opening statement. Want them in yet? Hold on a second. Sure. So we don't swear them in financial services. So, all right. I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Mandy Cohen, Chief Operating Officer and Chief of Staff of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and Mr. Al Redmer, Jr., Commissioner of the Maryland Insurance Administration. We welcome you both. Pursuant to our rules, we do swear all witnesses in this committee before you testify. So if you please rise and raise your right hand. And do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Please be seated. Let the record reflect that both witnesses answered in the affirmative. So, with that, Dr. Cohen, and I think you've done this before, so you know about the 5-minute rule. We're not going to strictly enforce it, so if you need a few extra minutes, please take that time and go ahead and begin now.
Well, thank you very much.